got one. And I was like, I'll give you money to borrow. And he goes, deal. So now we're getting to watch Hard Boiled on 35 millimeter. But apart from that, we did this Indiegogo campaign. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what AGFA is, but the Alamo Drafthouse owns this thing. It is called the American Genre Film Archive. And we own probably the largest collection of genre films in the world on 35 millimeter, and we painstakingly take care of them. A lot of the movies that you guys watch at the Alamo Drafthouse on 35 is from AGFA itself. If you guys have ever been to a Weird Wednesday or a Terror Tuesday, it's all because AGFA is alive and beating. Anyways, we did this Indiegogo campaign to try and get some money into AGFA, because as popular as this idea seems to preserve Raped by an Angel 6, not a lot of people want to contribute money into that thing, and so it's being run on the passions and the sweat and the blood and the tears of a lot of the people that work at the Alamo Drafthouse, particularly our wonderful projectionists. And so we were like, hey, it would be great if we could take care of this. And so we did this campaign, and part of the campaign was, if you contributed money, we gave away the opportunity for people to program for a series. And so I said, somebody can program for Tough Guy Cinema. So I got this email from this guy who won, and he goes, hey, would you show Hard Boiled? I go, fuck yes, I'd show Hard Boiled. And it was the easiest thing that had ever happened to me in my entire life. And so this screening actually happened, and it was strange because earlier that day, we were supposed to have a screening of Roadhouse tonight, but then the studio goes, you can't show Roadhouse, and they took their print away. And I was like, fuck you, studio. And then I get this email, and I was like, perfect, this is actually almost better than Roadhouse. That's how good this movie is. It could be better than Roadhouse. But a part of that whole agreement is not only did this very wonderful hero of the celluloid get to program for the Alamo Drafthouse and Tough Guy Cinema, but he also gets to come up here and introduce this movie with me. So if you guys want to put your hands together for a man who is keeping AGFA alive and bleeding, give it up for Geoff. It would have been better if you had a real baby. I know we talked about this beforehand, but you should have brought a real baby.
No one would let me borrow their baby.
You got shitty friends then, Geoff. Tell us a little bit, like, why, because like, we've done this for a couple of other series where people sent in, and they sent in like a list of like 10 or 15 movies going like, would you show any of these? And you were just like, Hard Boiled, and I was like, fuck yeah, and then it was done. Why did you pick Hard Boiled?
I'm really into cosplay of 90s famous Chinese actors.
That's the only reason.
That's it.
Well, no,
I'm not very good at it, but
you look super,
I love it.
You look really Chinese to me. What's weird is this movie is like, John Woo was this huge thing in Hong Kong cinema, and he just made masterpiece after masterpiece, and then he made this movie, and they were writing the script for it and rewriting it while they were shooting it, and so everybody in Hong Kong, they were like, new John Woo movie, and then they saw Hard Boiled, and they were like, kind of shitty with John Woo. We don't really dig that. Killer was way better. And then like it came to American audiences, and American audience was like, what the fuck is this? And how do I mainline that into my heart? And John Woo just became this, international superstar. And then they just like brought him over, and they're like, what do you want to make? He's like, Broken Arrow. And they're like, fuck yeah. And they're like, what do you want to do with that? It's like, I want to make a movie with Nicolas Cage where he takes his face off. And they're like, here's $1 million. I don't care. And then he made movies like Wind Talkers and shit, so now he's back in Hong Kong making movies, but there was a time when John Woo was the king of the world.
I thought he came to America because he really wanted to work with Wilford Brimley.
That's also true. He was just like, I want Wilford Brimley to act in one of my movies.
Wilford Brimley, the two greatest actors working today.
They're really not working. I mean, like, Jean-Claude Van Damme is selling like insurance and pistachios. I love him. Like, I have nothing but love in my heart for Jean-Claude Van Damme, but he has seen some better days. And Wilford Brimley, I haven't seen an oatmeal commercial recently, but I don't know. He's still around and kicking?
At the time, he was the best. He was the best idea.
He was the best Wilford Brimley you could fucking get for the money. But no, thank you so much for contributing to AGFA. You are a true hero to me and everybody who works at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Thanks for showing me. I love this movie. I've never been psyched about seeing it on the big screen again.
I've never seen this movie in 35 millimeters, so you gave me the greatest excuse in the entire world to do it. I hope you guys sincerely enjoyed. You want to say, please enjoy Hard Boiled, everybody?
Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy Hard Boiled!